in a certain way. And what we call it is um, basically either the mountain pose where you're placing the feet hip bone distance apart, toes are straight ahead. And so just check in with your feet. You want to be connected with your feet there. Next, making like an energy root, like your roots of a tree, going down through the floor, touching the earth, kind of grounds you. From there, pretending the string and lifting the top of the head, kind of lengthen out the spine. Of course, the shoulders are relaxed downwards with, with the hips, maybe a tip of the tailbone going down slightly. Notice the knees. You don't want a lock joint, a lot of tension there. You want to feel open at the knees. Okay. Next, bringing the hands to the heart center. And what we'll do is one hand's a fist, one hand is open. Usually the right hand's the fist, and it meets right in the center. And we do a little bow forward. Okay. Then we can rest the hands on the belly, and we're going to work with the breath. So lower abdominal breathing, allowing the belly to rise and fall. You can close your eyes if you wish, on inwards. And again, just letting the arms be to the side. Now we'll get into the joint rotations, part of our warm-up. We're starting with the head and neck. We'll tip the chin down. We'll take it over to the side and across the middle. Loosening up the neck. Using head back to the center and just reversing the direction of the circle. Just going the other way a little bit. And again, back to the front. Next, the movement is shifting the weight to one side, turning whole body. Look over your shoulder. Come back to the front, other side. Back to the front, and so forth. Side to side, nice and slow, gentle. Back to the front. Okay, the shoulders. Let's take both shoulders, roll towards the ears, and then back down. Reaching forward with the arms. Take them to the side, go behind you, and back to the front. Almost like you're swimming through space. And notice that breath. Nice, full, deep breaths in and out. And one more. Next, rolling palms upwards, comes in, goes behind you, out to the side. Now the hands are upside down for a sec, and then unspiral the arms, come right back to the front, and repeat. One more. Okay, arms are going down. Next, working the elbow joint. So it'll look something like this, just circling the arms, working the elbows, feeling inwards. And then pause, other way. Releasing any tension. It could be in the arms. We're opening up the joints. Okay, next the wrist. So taking the hands, just circling them. I usually start circling inwards like that. And then pause. You're going to make fist with the hands. Circle the other way. Again, you're still working the wrist joints here. And then you're going to open the hands, and here kind of just shake them back and forth sideways, loosening up the joints in the fingers, the wrist. And then a little bit more up, down, almost like you're snapping each finger. And then you can take the arms, you're going to rotate them like that. And then arms go down again. And then we'll move to the hips. For the hips, just a little bit wider and guiding the hips in a circle. Some more warm-ups here. It seems like maybe somebody has their mic on because I do hear a little bit in the background. So I'm going to double check. And back to center. Go the other way. Hips get so tight from all the sitting that we do. And then again, back to center. Next, you're going to bring the feet just a little closer in again. You're going to stand, so more weights on one side. The other foot, heel is on the floor, toe is stretched upwards. And with that leg, you're going to move it in and out, just back and forth. Noticing what muscles it takes to move that whole leg, connecting the hip, the knee, the ankle, the big toe, just connecting all those parts together. And then pause. Now get your balance here. You're going to take that foot, you're going to touch the toe, and you're going to touch the heel. Go back and forth. Okay, place that foot down, switch sides, foot comes in, heel's on the ground, toes up, you're moving the whole leg in and out. And then pause, get your balance, touch toe, and then touch the heel, back and forth. Okay, plant that foot again, and we'll move it so the feet are a little bit closer in. We're going to place the hands over the knee joints. Support the knees, and just a small circle, going forward and back. And to center, reverse the direction. And center again. Standing tall, and returning to that original part with the feet not too far apart there. And then you're going to shift the weight to one foot. Other foot, you can let the ball of the foot touch the floor, and you're going to move around at the ankle. Now, if you want to test your balance, you can also have the whole foot off the ground as you rotate the ankle joint. Going one way, and then reversing the direction of the circle. And then again, plant that foot down, shift the weight, get nice and tall, top of the head, working the ankle joint. Reversing the direction. And returning that foot back to the floor. And you can come back, original spot, we call it the Wu Chi stance, where the feet are just hip bone distance apart, toes are straight ahead. Okay. From here, we'll do what they call turning at the waist. So it will look something like this. You can let your knees bend slightly as you turn. Arms are super relaxed. Again, you can let the head and neck move with the movement, or you can keep it straight ahead, whichever you like, whichever's best for you. You can see my arms are just kind of like raggedy Ann arms, super relaxed. They can bump up against you, that's fine. Okay, again, right back to center. Next, we want to widen the stance a little bit. So that means I'm going to take the feet, I would say more shoulder distance apart. Toes are still straight ahead. With this stance, I want a little bend to the knee. But if I look down, I should still see the tips of the toes. Maybe about there for me is good. Nice straight back. And we'll do the circling breath. So it's taking the arms, letting them float out to the side, and then they come right down the center line. And then you can match it with the breath. So big inhales, the arms go out. And then exhale comes down the center. Kind of smoothing out the breath, the movement. Again, super relaxed. And one more circle. And then returning the arms towards the side. And then next we'll change it to what we call beginning Tai Chi movement. So turning the arms where the palms are facing the back wall. Then the arms float up to the front, about shoulder height or so. Elbows drop down, hands come in, and press back down. And we'll repeat. Inhale, arms float up to the front. They come in and back down. again, letting the arms float back down. Return to the side. Okay. Next warm up is to help you distinguish the waist up higher with the hips. And what we do is we keep the hips or the lower body solid as a mountain, but we turn at the waist. So it's a little bit getting used to, but we'll kind of sink down a little bit like you're sitting down almost, well, not too far, but just really solid with the lower body. Hands will come to the front, turn the waist to one side, and that carries the arms over here. And then they're going to come up like a wave, and then come back down the other side. And we're connecting it through the center. So it's like a circle. We're tracing in front. And smoothing out the movements with the breath. Let's go ahead and reverse the direction. And then again, we're going to return those arms to the front, back by the side, and we'll just move one foot a little closer in. And then let's work from a bow stance. A bow is a little bit different here. I'm going to give you a side view as well as a front view. A front view would look like your back foot, the foot's pointed out, the toes out about 45 degrees. Front foot, what's going to do, it's going to be ahead of the other foot. And it's going to be bent, knee stacked over the ankle. I'll give you a side view. It would look something like this. So you see how I have more weight in the front leg? One of the important things, though, is when you're doing this, is that it's not too narrow. So this would be too narrow. I'm wobbling. I want to make sure that it's, again, hip bone distance apart. If I took this foot forward, there's still this distance in between the feet. Okay? So I'm going to set this up. I'm going to stand sideways to the camera, but you guys can be straight ahead. It's fine. And again, I'm going to have one foot ahead of the other, a little bit more weight forward. And then I'm going to take the hands. I'm going to point them towards the floor with the palms. The movement now is going to be shifting to the back foot, turning the torso, and then shifting forward again. You're allowing the hands to trace like a circle in between your feet. You notice my upper body still upright. I'm not leaning any one direction. Feeling what's going on. When I'm shifting the weight, both feet are still solid on the floor. I don't want to have a heel come up or a toe come up. Both feet are still very rooted to the floor. I just call this one horizontal circle. We're tracing a horizontal circle. We're in the bow stance and we're shifting from foot to foot. Okay, I'm going to take this one and I'm going to pause when I got a little bit more weight to the front again. I'm going to relax the arms down. And next I want to do the other side. So I'm just going to come back in like this. And I'm going to set up for the other side, opposite side now. Other legs in front. There's a little bit more weight forward. Palms are towards the floor. In fact, I think I'll turn this way. Palms are towards the floor. And there's a shifting and turning. Again, meditative movement, slow shifting of weight, feeling what's going on in the body, and being relaxed about it too, just allowing, even the fingertips to feel so relaxed, like you're working underwater. And on this side now, I'm just going to pause. Again, a little bit more weight to the front again. Relax the hands. You can bring your back foot forward. And we'll all face forward again. Good. And let's go ahead and do a little bit more here. I'm going to move on to what they call the Grandmaster Wu Qigong series. And there's actually 8 different postures in this. And it's usually done standing. But if for some reason you can't stand, you can always sit too. I'm going to start with the feet just maybe a little bit wider though. Right now they're in that Wu Qi position. I'm going to take the slightly wider stance. Again, I'm going to settle in, sink down a little bit. Nice, powerful stance, straight back. Relax the belly so you can breathe. And the first movement is called gathering the earth energy. So look something like this. Hands come towards the center, circle out, comes up, about the heart center, and then comes back down. So pretty simple, right? So keep following. We'll do several of them. I usually do the inhales. I come up. And the exhale goes back down. Now, all this does take practice, so it will take a little time. But this part here is I'm just gathering, I'm drawing up the body. And then on the exhale, just settling everything back down. And one more time with this one. Extra breaths wherever you need them. Second one has the gather motion again. It's going to come up the front of the body. I would say past the forehead. Palms pressed forward. Sink that tailbone. You get really solid now. You're going to turn to one side. Doesn't matter which side first. Just turn here. And then you're going to come back to the front. A little pause here. And then go to the other side. And back to the front. And hands come back down. And they call this movement gazing at the moon. Drawing energy up. Pressing palms forward, kind of sinking the tailbone. Turning to one side. Back to the front. To the other side. And back to the front. And arms come back down. And we'll repeat a couple more times here. Big breath up. Exhale forward. Inhale, turn. Exhale as you come back. Inhale, turn the other way. And then exhale back. As you do it, inhale here, and then an exhale here. So you don't have to worry too much about the breath. Just breathe in and out. And we'll do one more of this movement. Next one still has the gather movement. It's gonna come up, little pause here, and then palms go forward, fingertips towards each other. Palms in and back down. And we'll repeat. Here's the gather part. Draws up, little pause, palms go forward, fingertips towards each other, in and down. And we'll keep going. One more of this one, one of my favorite parts here. Comes up, pause, goes forward, towards each other, in and down. Next one has the gather part. Gonna come up, a little pause here, and then the arms stretch to the side. You actually feel a stretch through the arms, maybe the fingers, maybe the wrists. Taking a big inhale here, and then relax the arms on the exhale. And then repeat. Again, we do a gather, thumbs up, pause, arms stretch to the side, big inhale, and exhale on arms going down, and repeat. Let's do one more of this one. Okay, on to the next one. Another gather, only this time will be your index finger. It's going to draw up the body, little pause here, goes forward towards each other, in and back down. And repeat. Here's the gather part. Draw up with the index, forward, towards each other, in and back down. Okay, we'll just repeat here. And one more of this one. Next one has the gather. First two fingers coming up the body, little pause, goes forward, towards each other, in and back down. And repeat. Here's the gather. First two fingers, up, goes forward, towards each other, in and back down. And a couple more times. Let me do it one more time. Let's get one more in. Comes forward, towards each other, in and back down. One last one here. There's a circle. Whole hands drawing up the front. It goes behind the head, over the top, and then just right back down. And we'll repeat here. This is the gather part. Draws up, behind the head, and back down. And one more, this one. And the very last one, we do a little gather, palms up, pause, and then you just let the arms go to the side. Palms are upwards, my elbows are kind of relaxed down. And you're going to hold this posture for a moment. Breathe. I'm going internal, I'm connecting whole body. Okay. And then to come out, go ahead and just fold those hands down the center line. And we'll do a couple more circling breaths. So inhale, arms out. And then exhale, comes down to the center. And one more. And then I usually in, hands right over the belly. Maybe slide a foot in. And just hold for a couple breaths. Real nice deep breaths in and out. And then you can just relax the arms to the side again. Maybe move the feet a little bit So that one's called Grandmaster Wu's Qigong series, and we do that pretty much every class, and we've been working with it for quite some time. If you're not used to standing that long and working, don't worry about it. You can make little adjustments as we go along. If you need to move the feet anywhere in there, because it's best to be comfortable in these postures. You don't want to be like uncomfortable, because then you can't do the proper breathing. You can't be relaxed. So that's kind of why at the end here, I'm just like, okay, my ankles feel just a tiny stiff. I'll just like move them a little bit. Okay, so I hope you're hanging in there. We'll take a moment here. In class, I have the opportunities like, okay, let's take a break and let's go get some water and stuff. Here it's a little different. So I'm just going to take a couple relaxed breaths here and get my mind where I want to go to next. We have time to do another series here. So I'm thinking it's called the White Crane, and it's kind of fun because it takes some talent in our balance, but also it really, unlocks any tension that's in the shoulders and the arms. So if you're ready to go, I will lead you in that one. And again, if any time through this you just want to sit and watch, you're welcome to that too. With this one, we bring the feet just, I would say, a little bit towards each other. The heels are lightly touching. Toes are a little bit more outwards versus straight ahead. Grow nice and tall. I'll bring the hands to the front, and they're touching here, slightly touching. I'll relax my belly. And then my next inhale, I'm drawing the hands up to about the solar plexus, and then they go back down. And I'll match it with the breath here. Inhale, belly rises up. Exhale, sinks back down. And then again, we'll let the arms be to the side. Next position with the body is you extend the arms out to the side like that. And again, if you have any shoulder injury, you can have the arm lower. It doesn't have to be that high. So just, know your own body, what you can do. But I'll go ahead and extend the arms out. Now in the next movement, I'm going to bend the wrist down, touch the fingers. And what happens is they go upwards, about 45 degrees, and then they go down, but only part way, right? That makes it harder. I'll do an inhale as they draw up, and exhale goes back down. Taking extra breaths wherever you need them. Okay, one more going up. All right, arms should be getting a little heavy here. Next movement, they're going to go down. And you see how I'm bending my wrist the other way? And then they're going to go back up. Something like that. I usually do this on the exhales. I'm drawing everything in. And on the inhale, they're puffing back out like wings on a bird. And one more going down. And both arms down now. Again, we'll just take a couple breaths here. Arms should maybe feel a little bit more heavy, relaxed, maybe a little more tingly. Blood flow all the way down into the fingertips. Now this last part you have to be a little careful with your balance. What I'll do is I'll shift the weight to one foot. Other foot, I'll have the ball of the foot here. Now you can leave it on the ground, or you can try the balance part. And what it will be is the arms float up like they're wings, and you can see if you can bring the foot just slightly off the floor, and even harder, putting it down with control. See that? And then you shift the weight. You can have the toe of the foot, nice tall spine there, comes up with the wings, and then back down. Hopefully you're staying on your 2 feet there. Shift weight, up, and then back down. Okay, we'll try one more. And again, you can keep the foot on the floor if you need to. Okay, back to the blue cheese stance. Weights equal on both feet. Couple breaths there. I hope you enjoyed that one. That's always a little challenging. Okay, almost ready to wind into the next section, but I have one more thing we can do here, and this is much easier. It's just bringing the hands together to the front, palm to palm, and you're going to imagine you have a ball in between the palms here. So I'll take a moment, feel centered, and my next inhale, what I do is I make that ball get big, big, big. And then on the exhale, I'm going to shrink it back down. Inhale, big, big, big. And then shrink it back down. One more. Okay, and I'll just return the arms back down to the side. Okay, so I bet you haven't breathed this deep for quite some time, huh? So it's really funny how throughout our everyday life we're hardly using our breath properly. So when we get into a qigong class or yoga class, like, oh my gosh, really using the full capacity of our lungs. So the next part, I'm going to be slower again. Rather than doing our Tai Chi walk, which I would do in class, is I'm just going to grab a chair and we're going to sit down and we're going to do some of our massage points. So I have a chair pretty much nearby, so I'll just grab it, bring it into the picture. Okay, hopefully you can see it. Okay, so I'm sitting just a little bit forward on the chair so I can really work my posture. My feet are planted, my belly is relaxed. And now for the massage points is I take those two hands, I just kind of rub them together. And the first part is tapping the top of the head. So it looks something like this, light tapping on the top, on the side, on the back, just all over. And then I'll take both hands, just rest them on the head. Here I'm actually moving the scalp back and forth. So some areas is kind of tight, other areas a little looser. I can move the hands around, kind of like you're washing your hair almost. Trying to get some movement, a little more circulation going in that area. Feels good. Okay, so next a little more tapping, but on the back side of the head. So what I do is I take the hands and I cover the ears. So I'm covering the ear openings and I'm doing tapping. All right, relax down. So that one's called tapping the heavenly drum. The next area is getting points in around the face. So I'm going to start with the hands like this. I'll place them on the temple area, see right about in there, and just massage circles. Just kind of relaxing the gaze of the eyes. Oh, feels good. Okay, next part, I want to get in, see where the bridge of the nose meets into the eyebrow. So I'll take these fingers and I'll kind of press in the corner, press, and then I'll release, and I'll go across the eyebrow or the ridge of the eye socket. And do it several times. And then I'm just to the sides of the eye. So maybe just a softer little jiggle there. And then I'll continue below the eye. So I'm going along the ridge of the eye socket. I feel that bony ridge there. And I'm stimulating several points here. And then I'll pause. I would say right about where the cheekbones are. And then you're going to go back to massaging circles. Kind of relaxing the face, letting the muscle, letting the skin move a little bit. Massage circles. And then with that circling, you're going to take it a little closer to the ear opening again, or the two jaw bones come together, the TMJ joint, a little bit in that area. And then take it down the lower jaw, towards the chin. And get to the chin area, then you're just going to go right back up in front of the ear opening again. A little bit longer here. Okay. Next one, either side of the nose. So you take your hands kind of like that, you rest them on the face, and it's more of a rubbing one, kind of a rubbing action. Excellent. And then we'll place one hand on the upper lip, one on the lower, and here you're massaging in around the teeth and the gums. So I kind of start in the front, I go to the back, I go back to the front again, just a couple times. Okay, so end up towards the front again. All right, so you can feel your face kind of coming alive more. Now I'm going to move on to the ears, and I would say mostly the ear lobes, and I'll take the fingers like that, I'll rub them pretty good from top to bottom, tugging, stimulating various points related to the Chinese medicine here, acupuncture and things like that. So you want to feel the ears kind of heat up, and maybe if you could see them, they would be red looking because he's stimulating these points on the ears. Okay, got the ears pretty good. Next, we'll move into the neck area. So I'll start with one hand on the back of the neck, on one side of the vertebrae. I'll take the other one. And it's a feeling of kind of walking up and down the back of the neck, massaging the muscle, but you're also stimulating various points again on either side of the spine. Okay, and then we're going to move around to the side of the neck. Here I'm a little more gentle. I just move that one muscle back and forth a little bit. And that same muscle I feel on the side, I'm just doing one at a time. I'll start at the top and I'll just kind of rub down like that. I'll go to the other side. And then I'll take the whole hand and kind of just rub down. And then sometimes in that movement of joining the hands in the back of the neck and just dragging forward to the chest, maybe a couple times. Whew. All right. Now, right here in that center of the chest, that's the next one, and it's back to the tapping. And then on either side of the center point, there's 2 more points. And what I do is I go back to massaging circles here. Okay, and then after these points, I'm going to go to the top of the shoulder. So I'll take one soft fist there, and it's pretty good tapping because we're usually kind of tight here. And then I'll open the fist and I'll tap my way down the outside of the arm. And then I turn the hand over, come up the inside, and I repeat that. Let's say about 3 times. So this is number 2 coming up. I'll do number 3 going down. 3 coming up. After about 3 times, I sometimes go like this, just right there at the elbow. And we'll go to the other side. Not something like this on the other side. Pretty good tapping. Open the fist, comes down, turns over, up, and then down. And 3rd time. After the 3rd time, just a little. Okay, arms are good. Now I'm going to go to the lower back over the kidney area. So I make soft fist, I go around to the lower back, and it's more of a vigorous rub up and down, or some people like just to lay the hands on the kidney area, whichever feels right to you. Okay, after that area, you're going to come to the top of the buttocks here, or maybe, outside of the hips, and I'm making soft fists, and it's a tapping again. So I'm tapping down the outside of the leg, all the way towards the ankle, and then I open the hands, I lightly tap the inside, and then I end it at, I'll call it the lower dantian. A few taps at the belly, and 3 times again. Number 2, here's number 3, going down the outside, coming up the inside. And after the 3rd one, I do it lightly. I just join them with my hands. So I'll rub down the outside of the leg, over the toes, comes up, 1, and then here we go, 2, and then 3. All right. Very last part is we're going to rest the hands on the knees, and we're going to do just a couple seconds or minutes of seated meditation. So I'm drawing the head down slightly to stretch that back of the neck. I'm closing the eyes. I'm going to the breath. Inhale, belly rises up. And exhale, sinks back down. Nice full deep breaths in and out. And then we'll do a cleansing breath. Breathing in through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. And again. And then returning to a natural, effortless breath. And then here you can go ahead and open the eyes again. I hope you feel more relaxed, worked, and more centered, I would say. So if you like this class, keep coming back. We're going to continue this on Thursdays at 11. For those of you that like to stay on a little bit longer, just go ahead and stay connected, and then we can visit a little bit. Okay? But thanks for joining me.